Intrinsic motivation is an important term because while people recognize that, oh, it's motivation coming from within, what they don't recognize is that it's motivation from the task or the activity itself. So as you make the task or activity enjoyable, motivation goes up. I remember this study. They went into a city neighborhood and they paid the kids $5 for every hour that they would keep this rock in movement. They had to kick this rock, but it had to keep moving. Only a few of them actually lasted the whole hour to collect the money. Then they set up goals, and they had the same exact parameters, same exact rules. Kids lasted hours because they were playing soccer with that rock. They created the game like soccer. Whether they knew about soccer or not, they created the game with the goals, and now the activity was intrinsically motivating. This is why people can engage in gaming for hours and hours and hours, because it's intrinsically motivating. Now, why is it intrinsically motivating? Immediate feedback, and there's dopamine hits, and there's serotonin, because when you win, serotonin goes up. When you get what you want, the dopamine neurotransmitter reinforces that behavior. And when you lose, the serotonin drops. And serotonin, I say, is like the one-up neurotransmitter. So when you're doing well, you want more of it, and when you're doing poorly, you keep doing that over and over and over, you run into, I'm not going to say depression, but you get sad. And by the way, this is not about mental health at all. It's about dealing with business work. I'm spending some time on the self-determination theory because it's an important foundation of your leadership, especially as a small business owner. Now, when you take that, what I just said, and think about video games, yes, you have some wins and you have some losses. And when you have those losses, the thing is to try to get back on top. If you watch a gambler, the same thing happens. They're winning, they want to gamble more. And when they're losing, they're trying to get back to that winning. And you can see their face just shift and shift and shift as the serotonin drops. Self-determination theory starts with two assumptions. Human beings strive for growth, so you want to have some means of them growing and developing. And then the internal sources of motivation are essential. If you look on the right side of the screen here, look at number 2 is external motivation. That's where pay comes from. And we all have seen situations where people stay in a job that doesn't pay well, or they leave a job that pays very well. The takeaway on this slide, the external motivation is not the highest form of motivation. In sales, I've spent a lot of time in sales management, and sales operations. And one of the things I'll tell you in creating incentive compensation programs for sales leaders and salespeople always leave money on the table. Managers who are paid by bonus always leave money on the table.